Hello, Mr. David.
Well, hello. How are you?
Fine, and you?
I am very good. I wonder what you have been working on recently.
Yeah. And how is your day?
Yeah, so far so good. But you never know what the next hour might bring.
Yeah, correct.
What about you? What time is it?
It's good for now.
Good for now.
Yeah.
I think it is late there now, maybe in the evening.
Yeah, correct.
What did you do today?
Today, I go to school. I have history, Turkish, and math classes. Oh, and English. And after I did them, I have to go a place called Aviaman 5. It's other place of that I live, and after I do the work that I must do at there, I get out of there and come to home by bus. And after come home, I have worked a little bit and prepare dinner with my father, and I have eat my dinner before I talk you. After I talk you, I think I go in front of my mother, and that's the thing that I do for now.
This sounds like a very normal day.
Yeah, correct.
Ah. Yeah, life here is pretty much the same, I think, for
Yeah,
a student. Yeah.
correct.
So what about the weekend? What do you have planned for next weekend coming?
Next weekends, actually, maybe I can go somewhere like Ulus. We have a place called Ulus, or maybe I can do my works at home. I can study a little bit. I can do my tests at home, and I think maybe I can play a little bit violin, and that's all.
And what is the name of the place where your other alternative was a place to go?
Actually, I don't have any place alternative for now. I don't know if I must go a place, like if I know it tomorrow, like I must go to place that I say to Ulus. I will go there, but if I'm not, um, I didn't go there and I study at home.
Oh, okay. I must have misunderstood. When you started to tell me about this weekend, I thought you said that you might go to a place, sound like called Lutz or something like that.
Ulus,
Oh,
Ulus.
yeah. Oh, that. Yeah, that's what I'm asking about. What is that
It's
place?
place like a central place of ascent. Like we have an Ankara, and it's kind of the central of Ankara.
Uh, is it inside or outside?
Yeah, it's inside.
Hmm. I wonder if here in Canada, that same place might be called a community center.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah. They have sometimes they have different rooms, different activities going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I see. So What's the number one thing that you think about these days?
Can you say it again?
What is the highest priority that you think about?
Priority. And what's priority?
What is a priority?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we better write this down. I'm impressed. I found a new word. Okay. Your English is pretty good. It's not often I get to introduce a word. Priorities. That's a list of what is most important. Your highest priority is at the top of the list, and your lowest priority, that which isn't really important at all, is at the bottom of the list. So if I say to you, what is the highest priority in your mind today? You might say, oh, my family because my mother is sick. Or you might say, my school because I have exams coming that are very important. Or you might say, my health because I just found out I have an illness. These would be your highest priority that you are thinking about most today. So
Yeah.
what is your highest priority today?
Today. Study math and science, actually.
Math and science.
Yeah.
Okay. You have some tests coming, maybe.
Actually, my tests are finished, and my math and chemistry marks are not pretty well. That's as I think, and I'm studying them for next exam.
Well, math, chemistry, English, not English so much, but you know what I look at these days? I mean, I don't have to worry about the future. I am not going to work again, I hope. But I have grandchildren that are more or less the same age as you. I think my oldest grandson is 12, so he's a bit younger than you. How old are you?
I'm 15 now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I think a lot about jobs in the future. If I was a young person today, what would I think about in regards to trying to plan for my future? Well, I mean, it's obvious that everything is becoming more automated, more machine-oriented.
Yeah.
Computers are becoming smarter and smarter and smarter, and that will continue. And this does make our life easier in many ways, although it will also replace many of our current work jobs. Okay? So if I wanted to protect my own future, how would I protect myself to know that I will always have value that I can sell for money, meaning some skill or education that I can trade my wisdom for other things, probably barter for money or something? How do you find that route in a world that is becoming smarter and more automated all the time? I don't know the specific answer, but I think that the answer lies in the production of data. I mean, where does all machine learning of any type get its information? From data that is logged onto the internet by 8.5 billion people in the world. But before ChatGPT has one new piece of information, somebody has to put it on the internet. Somebody has to print it in a document or something and send it to somebody. Some person had to think of this first. before AI can become smart.
Yeah.
Because all new information comes from human beings. AI doesn't think. It collects and analyzes data that thinkers have put on the internet. Not all thoughts are correct. So sometimes you might put incorrect information up on the internet. Happens all the time. But AI is able to sort through that and determine what is most likely to be more accurate. So how do you protect yourself against something like that? How do you position yourself? It almost sounds like research is almost the only way that somebody could stay ahead of that movement, to be a researcher in science maybe, in astrophysics perhaps. There's all kinds of different areas, but if you're a researcher, you are seeking new and updated information. That's your job. That's probably, I have heard that AI is even going to replace doctors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard it too.
And the technology, one of my favorite professors that I listen to is a Japanese man by the name of Dr. Makayo Chaku. He's the professor of physics at New York City University. And he has a YouTube channel that is, he's a really good presenter. And he was saying one time, about a year ago, on one of his YouTubes, that cancer will be eliminated from the face of the earth because of artificial intelligence, probably before the year 2050. And that we already have the technology to do it. The problem is how to get that technology into our infrastructure so that it's available to everybody, because it means everybody would have to buy a new toilet. A new toilet. Yeah. He says that we have the ability to screen everything that goes through a toilet for all kinds of stuff. For bacteria and viruses and cancer cells and any kind of genes and blood type. And if you have a common cold, you'll know before you start to get the sniffles that you are about to get a cold, because the screening device that will be in all of our toilets will be able to determine, even if there's only a couple hundred cells of cancer in your body, it will know. And it will be so easy then to deal with all these diseases when we know what's going on inside of every individual's body long ahead of the actual appearance of the disease. And this will be done through screening devices that are already being used, but not, they're used in space as an example, where they screen everything that goes through your body in order to determine your health and what's going on while you're in space. So they want to take that technology and disperse it through the world so that all that information goes into a computer, we'll say, that is based in the health center, and it will monitor all of our toilets. Who would ever thought it? But that was his idea about health services in the future, how diagnostics will be automatic. And you won't have to wonder if there's something wrong in your body. Before you ever get a stomach ache, you will know, oh, I am going to wake up with a stomach ache tomorrow. I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So that's 25 years from now. That's you will still be in the first half of your life at the time when they can do this. Now, here's a scary thought. As they develop these types of health technologies, how long might your life be? No cancer, excellent health opportunities, diagnostics done.
Longer life.
Yeah, longer and healthier.
Yeah.
Longer
but
without healthier is not good. I would rather die young
yeah,
than live a long, unhealthy life.
correct. And as I know, there is something like you said, have been made at Japan, and they have used them. If I'm not false, I have been seeing something like that.
A lot of new technologies come because of advanced applications in science, things like sending people into outer space, or in the automotive industry, racing cars like Formula One cars and
Yeah,
that type of thing. They stretch technology right to its limit when they are doing those types of things. And the technologies that you and I enjoy every day, all-wheel drive in our vehicles and stuff, come as a result of all these very advanced endeavors, whether it be for sports or motor racing or going to Mars, you know.
actually, as you said, the technology is too much smart, and now because of there is too much information about too much things on the internet, but there is because of there is not correct informations on the internet, and because of these peoples that publish these incorrect informations, the AI can give false answers for many questions.
I'm going to write what I consider to be a simple mathematics formula, we'll call it, on a piece of paper and show it to you. My question might seem kind of silly when I ask the question, or then again, it might be totally irrelevant. I don't know, or I wouldn't ask the question, but I'm going to write something here. This is a mathematical thing. It's a division question. So I want to make a division. I'm going to divide something simple, 22 into 440. Okay, not hard to do. I can do that in my head, but I want to show you this. Do you recognize this?
Yeah.
What would you call that? Where'd it go? I got it on the screen there.
Is it something like divide?
Division. Yeah. If I was talking to you, let's say that you and I were standing at a counter, and there's a pen and a piece of paper here,
Okay.
but there's no calculator.
Oh.
Just a pen, a piece of paper, you and me standing at a counter, and I want to buy something that you have. Okay. And in order to do this deal, we have to figure out how many of these things I can buy for $25. Now, if I said to you, I've got $25 and you want $3 for every, no, that's too easy. And you want 30 cents, 0.30. You want 30 cents for each of these, and I have $25. How many times does 30 cents go into $25? So you want to take 25 and divide it by decimal 30. Would you think to use this formula to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have learned in school what we would call here long division.
Long division.
Long division. Short division is when you can write an equation. 81 divided by 9 equals 9. That's short division.
Okay.
Long division is when you can't write a simple equation and you have to reason mathematically what the answer is. Then you would use long division because that shows your thinking process. I took 22 and I put the decimal after the 2. I put a similar decimal after the 4 here. Can I divide 22 into 44? Yes, 2 times. So is 22 times 2 440? No.
Yeah.
No, 22 times 2 is 44. So
Correct.
I take the 2 times 22, it's 44. I put it under there. I subtract the 0. You know, there's a formula here. Somebody who knows how to do this can look and see how you got to this answer from here. How did you get that as your answer? This writing down below shows the answer. In Canada, you would know how to do this very competently before you ever entered high school. Okay, leaving grade 8, the end of public school here,
Yeah.
and going into grade 9, beginning of high school, you would have no difficulty whatsoever doing this long division. Just
Yeah.
a part, something you would automatically learn in your intermediate school grades, middle school, I guess you call it. But if I go into a store today, because of technology, and I see a young man standing behind the counter, and he doesn't have a calculator, and I ask him a simple division question, even one like, how many of these 9-cent articles can I buy with 81 cents? He won't know 9 times 9 is 81. 10 times 10 is 100. 11 times 11 is 122. 12 times 12 is 144. 7 times 6 is 56. 6 times 8 is 48. I knew this stuff when I was in grade 5.
Yeah. They have
He won't know it. He won't know it. The North American educational system, public educational system, is very, very inadequate at giving this kind of basic information to students because the students are allowed to use their calculator. Why do I need to know this as long as I got batteries in my calculator? The difficulty is what we were talking about earlier, okay, is that if you can't think, you won't be able to survive in the future.
Yeah. But they think like that. You know, we all have a phone. And we have a calculator on our phones as well. Because of we can take our phones anywhere that we want. That's mean I can do all of my formulas on my phone.
Yeah.
Or there is ChatGPT. I can say, do this formula for me, and in 5 seconds it can give me the answer.
Yes, that's exactly my point. Okay, is you can go to ChatGPT and you can get this information just like that. Where did ChatGPT get the information? Where did Chat get it from? Somebody like you or like me or some other person first had to put that information up there into the clouds by way of a chat message, an email, a web post. Somehow that information, the ability of Chat to figure out that formula for you, somebody told Chat how to do that. How do you become the somebody in the future?
we think about new things.
This all come to my mind because you said you were studying math and science. And I thought, math and science, man, in the future, they are both going to be so important.
Yeah, you are correct. Because there isn't, the people's is much more try to learn at here Turkish or history or the other subjects because of they are easier than science and math.
Yeah, and if I want to know something about history, I don't have to find a history teacher.
Yeah,
I can find it on chat. Chat knows all about history because all of that stuff is already written and posted. There's not likely any new history that can be posted on the internet. So studying history today, you might as well study it from chat because chat will be your history teacher. Even right now, you can go on chat and talk to chat, and chat will talk to you. You know, like, yeah, it's incredible.
like I try to learn violin now, and like if I go to chat and say which violin that I can take for a start level, and he can give me maybe the better answer that I can take.
I'm using an artificial intelligence bot, I guess you call it, GPT, that is on chat to write books right now. I'm not letting it write the book, okay? I'm writing the script. No, let me reword that. I'm writing the plot of the book. Okay, these are adventure stories. And so I tell chat, this is what's going to happen in this chapter. I want these three boys to discover themselves in this type of environment. And I want this to happen to them. And I want them to be able to recover by doing this. And this is going to lead them into this other situation. And I'll give it the whole plot.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell it, write this with an adventuresome spirit, an exciting tone, whatever I want it to do. And then it will write the script that I designed with that type of tone and wording and all that kind of thing. Then I go through it and edit it and add my own little touches here and there and whatnot. And I find that I can probably write a book in, if I want, I can't sit at a computer for 8 hours, but if I could probably write a book in one day, a new book, from the time of conceiving of the idea of the plot to finishing and publishing it. And it would be all original content. It will be my plot, exactly the way I want it to go, but the actual script will be written by chat and then edited by me.
Like there is some AIs that can do homeworks, like ChatGPT can do homeworks, but as I know, it gave the same answer for each question. And there is some other AIs can answer like other types of question. Like if I say, can you write homework for me about biology, it's gonna write a part of a book maybe. But if I go to other AI that can give other answer for same question, and if I gave it same question. Maybe I can get much more better and something a better homework to my teacher. And see you.